Welcome to Noiseville. I am Ellie Slobian and this is...
I am David Elphick.
Continuing our youth theme that we had at the beginning of the month in the show. Who have you got on the show for us today?
Jacob Barron, he's a young Northbrook College student, he's R&B, been on the Brighton Introducing, in the South.
Introducing.
And also was played on Radio 1 by Hugh Stevens, so things are looking good for him. We look forward to introduce you to him. And who else we got? Grasshopper.
Grasshopper.
Yeah, who are awesome, yeah, kind of like probably punk young band. Looking forward to seeing them play live.
Great stuff. I'm going to kick off with a little bit of news for you. Okay. You may have noticed already, it's hit the streets. Brighton Unsigned magazine has been relaunched. They were taken over last year by Bmusic, who I believe you had on the show. Yeah, we did. We had them on the show way back before Christmas, and so they've brand new management and promotion company and sort of label. So they they've taken it over, and we look forward to seeing how that grows. Yeah, so they've teamed with Access to Music. They've increased the content as well. I think they've doubled the content. Doubled the content. Yeah. They've got 5,000 copies, which are distributed across the town, and also they're including Lewis and Worthing in that distribution as well. Good, that's what we like to hear. Now I have some Nick Cave news. Nick Cave news coming at you. Yeah, Nick and the Bad Seeds band member Warren Ellis have collaborated on another film score. The film this time is called Loin des Hommes, which is Far From Men. It's obviously it's French. I don't know if you got that, but It's set in 1950s war-torn Algeria. A school teacher agrees to escort a murderer to court, and there's a lot of desert imagery, so I assume they're walking through the desert a lot. With it being war-torn Algeria, there's a lot of tension, and there's also a lot of emotion in the score. So yeah, you can check that out online, or there's a link to the trailer. We'll stick it up on our Facebook. It's from Nick Cave's YouTube channel. And the motion picture soundtrack that Nick Cave and Warren Ellis created will be available to buy from May the 18th on iTunes and Amazon. Sounds great. I am sat here with the lovely Mike Palethorpe from Northbrook College, and he is going to tell me all about S'koolFest. What is it?
S'koolFest. Should we start with the t-shirt?
Yeah, let's start.
Everyone in it gets the t-shirt, and there's a new t-shirt coming out this year. It started off as this opportunity we had with our PA systems. I'm at Northbrook College, and we got a live sound course. And the live sound course, they bought this massive PA, so we went and started going to schools and set the PA up so that the school bands could play. And once we've been to 5 or 6, we thought, this is pretty good. Amazed by the amount of talent locally we've got. And so then we started putting them together. And kids love that. We have a whole day. They come from schools from Brighton, Worthing, Littlehampton, and they come for the day. They do some sound checks, they do some workshops, we do a bit of filming, we do some recording, and then it's not about the bands. There's not one winner. Instead, we've got 100 prizes. So what prizes can young people obtain? There's a whole bunch of prizes. Most people will come away with the prize if they come and play. But we've got time in the studio, we've got rehearsals, we've got workshops, we've got songwriting. But the thing this year, which we've never done before, is we've got £5,000 to put out a vinyl album. Wow. So our graphic department are designing this multicoloured double vinyl album, and there's the opportunity for one of the S'koolFest bands or artists to put a track on this album, which should be out about October. And what age group is it aimed at? Is that from 11 to 18, or where can they start? Yeah, we started with year 11s, but it's actually expanded now to past. We've got the sixth formers, because we started Shoreham Academy, and now they've got sixth formers, so we have the sixth formers coming from there. And but we get amazing 11-year-olds. And any notable names that we should be looking out for? Well, we've already got some alumni. So Grasshopper, who are playing on your show, they came through S'koolFest. High Tide, who all came through S'koolFest, and they did a bit of recording afterwards, and they've just been all over Radio 1. Brilliant. They've just signed to Primary Talent, and they've just been touring with Little Comets and Peace. Brilliant. And what do you personally do at Northbrook, as well as running S'koolFest? So you're a teacher? Yeah. Well, I'm a tutor. I run the music business degree. Okay. And actually, Connor from High Tide is now on the music business degree. Why would we come and study at Northbrook to do your course? Well, connections. We've got great connections. Brilliant. And part of those connections are people that have been to Northbrook and then gone on. So the main A&R person for Rudimental and Ed Sheeran was with us 4 or 5 years ago. You've got great studios. You've got great, even better studios from September with the new building. And you've got rehearsal rooms. You don't have to pay for any extra stuff. And everybody working as a teacher also still works in the industry.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
All sounds good, but really looking forward to hearing Grasshopper and Jacob Aaron. So thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome.
Take care. So I am here with the lovely Jacob Aaron. Jacob, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So tell me a bit about yourself and musical history, because I met up with Mike earlier, Mike Palethorpe from Northbrook, and I understand he is your...
He's one of my lecturers over at uni.
Okay, so you're studying...
I'm studying a degree in music production at the moment. I'm on my second year. That's helped a lot of my performance because all the production side of it is, that's how I create all the beats. And some of the beats that you'll be hearing today, the backing tracks that I'll be performing to, I produce them all myself.
Okay, and what sort of software are you using?
I'm using Logic at the moment. I live on Logic. Okay. I literally do. You could ask anyone at college.
I've been checking you out online and I've seen some collaborations with TPK. How did that come about?
I've known TPK since high school, so we were friends before music even kicked in. And then as the music started, we decided, why not see if we can kind of come up with something, because as soon as I got to college, I had free use of studios. So I thought I'd bring him in and see if we could create anything.
When did music kick in for you?
I would say it really kicked in when I got to college, because when I got to college, we had full studio facilities. At high school, we didn't really have that. We had like the piano and the guitars, but when I started introducing myself to Logic, that's when it really kicked off, because I got to use it and I got to see what I could possibly come up with.
And how did Introducing the South come about?
I was popping some tracks on the uploader, and they happened to pick one up, and as soon as they picked it up, it got broadcast and it got a good reception. And then I got speaking to Melita Dennett, the resident DJ, and she asked me if I would come down for an interview because they had a spot. So I was straight down there to the live lounge.
Absolutely. And so you've been on Radio 1 as well, I understand?
Yeah, after that, I was put onto a short list of some of the best artists from the South, and popped up to Hugh Stevens to be played on Introducing up there, and I completely lost my mind. I went from just being a college kid to I've been played on Radio 1, I've been played on this, I've done this and this. And it just all happened really quickly.
Life is getting exciting for you.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So what tracks are you going to be performing for us today?
I've got a couple of tracks I can play for you today. I've got, the first one is called Kyoto, and that's a very special track to me because that is one of the tracks that people know me by. Right. And the second track is Overdope.
What are your influences and who are you inspired by?
I've got some influences that go all the way back, like psychedelic influences from like Hendrix and some of Prince's old stuff, Michael Jackson's old stuff. But new influences such as like Drake and The Weeknd kind of got, it's like R&B, but it's a little bit alternative. It's not quite what you're used to.
No.
I've now got to a stage where I'm in uni, and all the college kids that are coming up, I'm sort of picking them up, taking them under my wing and helping them out.
So you're mentoring them with the experience that you've gained at Northbrook.
Because I think if I'm going to gain the experience, why not give it on to people that are now in the position I used to be in, where I got there and I was daunted by all these big uni students, like, oh my God, they know everything, I don't know anything. But I'm trying to be that one guy that can calm them down and be like, look, we're not going to bite you. We can help.
Brilliant, that's really, really good. I like that. That's good. You're sharing the knowledge, sharing the love. Right, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Right. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Really looking forward to your performances.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Nothing in my mind was right, no. If I take another shot, then I'ma lose it. I ain't coming up. This is overdose, go for broke. I feel like I'm overdose. Go for broke. I feel like I'm overdose. I feel like I'm overdose. I feel like I'm overdose. I feel like I'm Overdose, I feel like I'm overdosed.
So now we're going to kick off with our listings for the month of May. We've got a gig taking place right here at the Prince Albert. It's Daddy Longlegs and Kinoko Hotel. That's at 8 PM and it's priced at £9.50 on the 22nd of May.
Right.
Worth checking out. Heaven 17.
We mentioned them.
Yeah.
We mentioned them.
At the Concord. And they're also on that Friday as well. And something that I've just found which is really interesting is at the Spiegel tent every Sunday throughout May there's going to be Herbie's Jazz Breakfast. So a bit of jazz Sunday morning, first thing, lovely way to start the day. Check out the Brighton Fringe website for more information on that. And then this one I'm the most excited about is on Saturday the 30th of May, the Stanton Warriors with the Plump DJs are going to be at the Concord and it will be mental. I'm so going to be going down to that. Have you ever been to a Stanton Warriors or Plump DJs gig?
I haven't. I've heard of Plump DJs.
Yeah, I mean if you like big bass and you enjoy dancing all night, it's the place to go to. I'm so looking forward to that, and that is priced at £12.50 plus booking fee, and there's still some tickets left, but I think they've run out of all of their early bird tickets already.
Oh right,
yeah.
So it's going to be a big one, it's going to be popular.
Huge. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. I'm looking a little bit further forward actually.
Okay.
So a couple of gigs I heard about is Breaks. I don't know if you've heard of the band Breaks.
No.
They're a Brighton stroke New York band. I think the lead singer kind of goes over to New York quite regularly. They're at Concord 2 again on the 19th of June. Now they've been around since the early noughties. They released their first album about 10 years ago. They kind of describe themselves as party rock. It's kind of indie rock, but it's very tongue-in-cheek lyrically. Really like them. It's their first live gig since 2011. And I think it's just a one-off. Like from what I understand, they're not planning to do anything more. So if you liked Breaks back in the day, it's a one-off gig, and you've got to get down there because it could be the last time you see them ever. Tickets are only £14 and available on the Concord 2 website. And that's my recommendations coming up.
Brilliant.
Brighton is well known for its musical talent, but where are the next generation learning their craft? I'm here with Craig, who runs a rock school project. How's it going?
Oh, yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Cool, cool. So, where are we? What's rock school?
This is rock school here. We're at Monster Studios in Port Slade, just down by the lagoon. We teach kids aged 8 to 16. We teach guitar, bass, drums, keyboards, vocals, but rather than teaching individual instruments, we actually teach kids as a group. So they'll be in here, drum kits, amplifiers. We actually put kids into a situation where they're playing like a real band, basically.
Okay. So as a tutor, what do you think most kids get out of rock school, mainly?
Well, it's an opportunity for them to show what they can do. Well, obviously they learn, but it's an opportunity for them to get up on stage and show what they can do as well. That's the sort of music side of it, but obviously there's a big social aspect to it as well. You know, kids make a lot of friends here. We've got a lot of students now who they've been coming for a long time. They're still hanging out with the people that they met at rock school. We've got kids that have left rock school. They've gone on to do their own bands. So it's really like a springboard for moving on to the next thing, really, especially when you're sort of 13 years old.
Where do you see the sort of future of rock school going? Because you were saying that you might be relaunching next year.
We're relaunching in September. It's going to be the same thing, but we're just going to be sort of adding new things to it. So we're going to be doing a lot of videos, recordings. We're going to be playing much bigger gigs as well. We're looking to kind of get out into the community a bit more because we tend to do our own rock school gigs. We're looking to sort of have rock school bands go out and play supports for existing bands in Brighton. That's one of the big things we want to do. Yeah, it's about giving kids a real taste of, you know, being in a band, really.
So does rock school run all year round?
Yeah, pretty much. We run courses every 6 weeks, basically. We do 6 weeks of in this room, and then we go out and we play a live gig, and then we start all over again with new bands.
Is there like a summer school program?
Yeah, depending on how many students we've got at the time, we try to run things in the summer for kids that haven't done rock school before.
Okay, well thanks a lot, Craig. Cheers.
Un desejo
I am now joined by Grasshopper with a small G.
Yep, small G.
Got that right these days. Guys, how are you doing? Just introduce yourselves for anyone who's not heard of you yet.
I'm Javi, I play guitar and sing.
I'm Emily, I play guitar.
I'm Louis, I play bass.
I'm Rachel, I play drums.
And guys, you recently supported an amazingly massive band, the Charlatans, at Worthing Pavilion.
Well, it was a really, really brilliant gig actually. We were first on and played to about 400 people. And we had Chris from Ministering Psychedelic Light Show doing projections for us, which got some really cool photos and videos out of. And yeah, it was just brilliant sound and great evening in general.
Yeah. You do quite a lot with sort of projections and sort of graphics and things going on behind your set. Is that kind of something you're going to keep going with?
Hopefully. It makes the photos look really good. And I think it's just the visual aspect of our performance, it makes it just as kind of interesting as the music side. Tim from the Charlatans, his management kind of gave me a ring on Christmas Eve last year and asked if we wanted to support the Charlatans. And so of course I told him I'd have to think about it. No, of course I accepted straight. Cool. Yeah, I accepted straight away. And then the thing with Tim and the Charlatans is they all kind of do really good stuff with young bands and up and coming bands. So it's nice to see him mention us.
How did you get on their radar?
Oh, Twitter. Twitter, I just retweet stuff lots, and I think I retweeted something his record label was putting out, and he clicked on our Twitter page, our SoundCloud links on our Twitter page, so we clicked on that, and then he must have just listened to us, thought he liked us. He sent us a message saying he might have some gigs for us to do, and it turned out it was 2 festivals, which we played last year at Isle of Wight and Festival Number 6. And then, yeah, we kind of kept
just a couple of gigs.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. He passed it off as a couple of gigs, and then offered us 2 huge festivals, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. So you are a young band. How old are you all?
I'm 16.
I'm 17.
I'm 13.
17.
So we've got what, 13 to 17, and you started the band when you were all even younger than that, like
10 to 14, was it?
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah.
We've had a lot of brilliant gigs that we've been able to do, like at the festivals, and we supported Grant Hart when we'd only been going for a year and a bit from Husker Du. So we've had a lot of things, and I think for the point we are right now, that Charlatans gig was absolutely massive for us. So definitely one of the highlights.
Okay.
For me at least.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
I mean, how does a sort of 10 to 14-year-olds, how did you form a band? Like, was it through sort of local initiatives set up in Brighton, or, I mean, how did you all meet and set up the band?
Well, I met the 2 girls at...
Wasn't it Teen Spirit Rock course?
It was some Teen Spirit Rock summer camp thing,
right,
which our parents kind of ditched us at for a week. And us 3 were put in a band with a group of people who I don't think really liked music. So us 3 were the ones who wrote all the songs and stuff. So that was like a week-long course. And then Louis is my brother, and we've always just mucked around with music.
What are you going to perform for us today?
We're going to do one song from our second EP, Circle Time. It's called Tiny Detonations. And another quite a new one, which hopefully we'll record at some point, called Scream.
Cool. And what have you got going on over the summer if people want to come check you out live or anything like that?
We've got a slot at Hotel Pelirocco as part of the Alternative Escape on...
18th of May.
Is it 18th?
18th of May, yeah.
18th, definitely 18th.
Yes.
It's the Saturday of the Great Escape.
That's the 16th.
16th. This is the 6th.
The
There we
Monday,
go.
it's the Monday.
No, yeah.
So it's a Monday after.
Yeah, it's a Monday.
No, it's a Saturday gig. It's the 16th. It's the 16th. I'm sure. It's the Alternative Escape, so it's the 16th of May. And then apart from that, we're playing at Kendal Calling and a new festival called Forgotten Fields in August. Yeah. So hopefully we'll have some more gigs. Check out our Facebook and Twitter pages, and we'll keep them up to date.
Go and give a quick plug then.
Twitter is band Grasshopper, and Facebook is just search for Grasshopper, and hopefully we'll come up at some point. Yeah.
And you will not be disappointed. They're a fantastic band. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
Looking forward to your set.
Oh, cheers.